Hello, beloved. How are you doing today? Um, I want to talk to you a little bit about this whole pronouns thing. I have a very different view on it than a lot of people. I studied the psychology for years, and there's a lot of politics and psychology to this whole thing. All of civilization is kind of being manipulated to the greatest extent. They have been for generations now. You know, you can't be strong if they take away everything in your society that gives you strength. Everything that keeps you independent, like your faith, your family. So the family has to be attacked, faith has to be attacked. You have to do that to break a nation. And so it's natural that they would want to do that with us, because if our heads are together, then we can join together and be stronger. But if they can mess with our reality, if they can say, hey, there's no such thing as God, you just evolved. Oh, you don't need a family. You don't need a family, that's just a problem. Men are all garbage, you know. You're only great if you're one color or whatever. Whatever they want to do, whatever they want to spin. And see, this works for some people because they're infected. Whatever the infection is. The infection could be they're infected. How do I put this? The young Republican from Iowa is no different than, in some ways, than the lesbian from Seattle politically, the radical lesbian. They're both at ends of the spectrum. They're both doing their thing. They're both trying to act out what they think is best and, you know, what works with their life, etc. But to a certain extent, everybody is manipulated politically. I ran a congressional campaign in '88, and I had to do with putting out at least 80,000 pieces of information. And with every piece of our information that went out, because it was a Republican campaign, Bush was going into office, Bush Sr., you know, so we're putting out his stuff too. He's a criminal. They're Nazis. They're horrible. They're terrorists. They deceived everybody. They're like, oh, this is the evangelical right. It's bullshit. It's just manipulating people. They will wear any garment. They will say anything. They will do anything or appear any way to appear that they're on your side. But they're not really. And this whole thing about the pronouns is similar to that. The appearance is that this is just something that's going on with people and we need to all honor it. Well, actually, it's being manufactured. Much of this stuff is manufactured. It's kind of hard to explain because you have to go a few levels deep. So you have to explain each level, going deeper and deeper to explain that things are being manipulated, but we're constantly and chronically being manipulated. This thing about the pronouns is manufactured. If you don't know what you are, you're not a threat to anyone. You can be easily manipulated, and that's what's been going on. They want to make our heads a vegetable. They want to make us to where we don't know a boy from a girl, we don't know anything, we don't know up from down. They want to tell us the earth is flat. All these things are manufactured because if people understand everything that's going on about them, they're not easily deceived. This pronouns thing, people don't understand. Ideas are what begets the place that demons make when they get into you. Demons are real. They're just other dimensional beings or whatever. But the thing is they use ideas. And so if I can implant an idea in you, if I can reinforce an idea in you, and that idea makes you more malleable to me politically, economically, socially, then I could do that. And that's exactly what's going on. I'm no expert at pronouns, I'll tell you that right now. I took a couple of years of Latin. I stunk at English, okay? I didn't spend that much time, you know. I don't know all of my pronouns, the verbs and phrases and tenses, etc. with Latin, aramarasarat, eratiseratisarant. I don't know. I just, no, I'm not going to pet you, Sheila. You're getting enough lovies. Calm down. So needy. And jealous. The thing is I don't understand all this pronoun stuff in a way. But in another way, I do understand it. I get it. I get that the people want to be respected. But it's also, it's demonic. And I don't need to address the demons in your head. I don't need to agree with a friend who says, hey, adultery's fine. And I don't need to agree with someone who says homosexuality is fine. I don't need to agree with anyone who says murder is fine. I just can't agree with your demons. And those are important to you. And that's why these people get like they do. Disagree with someone's demons and watch them ping. And I don't care if they're Christian or not. Watch people. When they get in the flesh, they rip. They go crazy. All of us do. Okay? And this is attached to these people's ego. So it's very easy to manipulate them. And you can just herd them along. And I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to make out like you can have all the sex you want. You can do anything you want. They're going to try to eventually push it to where they can have sex with children. You can marry a tree. You can have sex with your dog, whatever. They're going to push to get the end of that. And the people who are governed by their dick, they think they're going to be able to get it all. That's why they're grooming all these little kids, because they think they're going to get them. And that's what they're doing. They're passing along their demons. It's the same as a pedophile. A pedophile is going to pass along that demon. A child that's molested too young is going to pass that along. I knew a lady, and she had a couple of kids, and they were around this little kid. And this one little kid had been caught going down on some other little kid. And I told her, I said, this little kid's been molested. He can't help it, but you need to keep your kids away from him. She didn't listen to me. A week later, they find him, and the kid's doing some stuff to other kids. He can't, because this has been programmed into him. He's going to go out and do it. He doesn't know. He doesn't have those adult enough boundaries to understand it, and he's been bent as a child. And that's what's going on with all this pronoun stuff. They're bent, and everything wants to reinforce it, and they demand that you reinforce it. Well, I'm not going to name your demons. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to call you. I'll call you Legion. You want to be Legion, you be Legion, because that's what it is. But I'm not going to identify he, she, it. I don't know. Whatever you came with. And hermaphroditism is real. There are real people that are born and their stuff's not together and things are different. Or a doctor does a snip when he should have left it alone, and so somebody gets messed up. And that's reasonable. That's real. Those people could use some help. Okay? But at the same time, this is manufactured to shit in your head, to shit in you. And if you don't know your gender, you are pretty malleable, and I can just make you believe any fucking thing I want to. And that's the reality of what's going on. So, no ill will toward anyone, but I am not responsible to address anyone's demons. I'm responsible to tell the truth for me, just because I love me, and I'm going to tell the truth as best I can. So I recommend you do the same thing and you look into it, because there's stuff behind this. It's spin and scams. It really is. Be blessed. All is best, beloved. He adores you. And don't worry, he's working all this stuff out. It all seems so crazy and confusing now. It's not. That's just surface confusion. Underneath, get him. He has the peace, the real peace that passes all understanding. Be blessed. I'll see you on the flip side with Jesus.